All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a clip here from Bill Maher's podcast with none other but Fabio. I'm Tall, the Traveling Cloud, your favorite white colonizer. Read it and weep. Get your white colonizer merch in the description down below at thetravelingcloud.com. And let's take a look at this clip.
Immigration to Western Europe is, a lot of it is Muslim. It's from North Africa. Well, let's wait till we get to the end of this. Jumped right to it's horrible. Okay, the people are not horrible.
No.
The people aren't horrible. The ideology.
The ideology.
And it's very different, and some of them are very open about talking about a Europe in the future that is the civilization they came from. That's what I find cheeky. You're leaving this civilization, which is very different than Western Europe. Very different than Christian/atheistic West, whatever it is, secular, Enlightenment Western Europe. Okay, right. And then you're leaving the place that's very different, but then you want to come to this place and make it like the place you left.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, if 51% of any Western European country was Muslim, they would be under some form of Sharia law. Yes. I love my moderate Muslim friends. Moderate Muslims are great, but there's not that many.
I'm with you in that. You know, it's like
who ever win. The more fundamentalists win.
Right.
That is the challenge Islam has.
They want to come in your country, and you know they live a country that were actually kept in like animal in the cages, because in their country, I mean, they were miserable, and then they go to another country where actually they feel all of a sudden freedom and they have some kind of happiness, and all of a sudden they want to turn that country into the country like the one they came from.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's cheeky. It's very cheeky to do that. It's one thing to come here and say, hey, we were from this other country where things are not good. We don't really have a lot of freedom. We don't feel good about life there. We don't feel like we have a future and our children, blah, blah, blah. So you're a shining city on a hill. We'd like to come here and we'd like to be part of that. And thank you for having us. And we'll you know what we're going to do? We're going to contribute mightily. And that's what immigrants in this country have mostly done, contribute mightily, because they wanted to be part of it.
Right.
It's another thing to say, we're going to come over here and then, you know what would be great if we had a Sharia law, because that works so well in the old country. This is the issue that Islam at some point is going to have to deal with. It is a supremacist religion. I mean, all religions are to a degree. If you're telling everybody in the world, our guy is the guy, you kind of have to believe.
They have no tolerance for anybody else.
Right, but there are degrees of that, and they do not have as much tolerance, not nearly, and it's more fundamentalist. They believe the holy book in a way Christians, because it's an older religion, really don't. They don't. The Bible says crazy shit too, but nobody takes it seriously. But they do take
it very seriously.
That's why they've shown it.
Beheading people from the time of Muhammad all the way to the modern day, and nothing has changed. And you know, when also Europe was invaded, back I think it was in 1400 from Turkish and the Arabs. I mean, Europe
was invaded way before that.
But I'm saying, it's like then the European, they kicked them out, and the Muslims said, we will be back.
Oh, they were. They were at the gates of Vienna in 1529, and also in 1678. Did not get past, but Vienna is the heart, not the heart, but close to the heart of Europe. I mean, and I've been in Vienna. I was there in the summer of 2010, and at least in the summer, like I would say at least half the women on the streets were in a complete black chador.
Totally. It's all over Europe, I can tell you. A friend of mine is a federal judge in Italy, and he just retired because he told me, Fabio, I mean, I cannot believe where our country is today. And I said, why, what's happening? He goes like, number one, Italian citizen, they are fifth-class citizen, not even second class, they're fifth-class citizen. Meaning then everything, the government supply everything to the immigrant, everything's for free for the immigrant. The pension plan is pretty much gun. You have old people, 80, 90 years old, they go and collect their pension plan. The government says, go home because we have no money. But in the meantime, they give free phone, free everything, free
I mean, this
home.
this is a similar complaint we hear in America.
But but this has been going for many, many, many years in Europe, and they're to the point where, like, my friend who's a federal judge in Italy said, I can't take this anymore, and I'm going to retire. I mean, our police don't want anything to do. In the middle of major city, you will have 40, 50 people from Arab country, from Africa. This is a major, during the day, major square. They get around 40, 50 guys, they get 5 or 6 women, and they rape them right there on the street. The police can be 10, 15 feet away, and the police don't want anything to do, because if they get into confrontation, then, if they beat up these people, they're going to be racist, and so on. And my friend told me it got to a point where law do not apply to these people.
Yep.
All the immigrant, they don't. They can do whatever they want. Their jail system is full, so these people, even if they commit crime, they get arrested, they get released the next day, so they commit more crime, they get arrested, they get released the next day. I mean, it's like that constantly every day. You turn the TV on, it's constantly, a lot of gypsy now, they're living in Italy. The women, the gypsy women, they go on buses and metro, they put they stack a pillow under their, coat. And then they go and start doing, wallet and purse and, stealing money.
What's the pillow for?
They pretend to be pregnant.
Okay.
Because in Italy, there is a law, and a cop cannot touch a pregnant woman. So they put, some TV show put some camera on the metro, and they caught on video all these women, pregnant women, gypsy, stealing money left and right. So they call the police. So the police wait at the stop. When the metro stopped, they went in and to talk to these women and try to arrest these women. And these women, they're hitting the cops, they're spitting on the cops, they're calling the cops' name, and the cops, there's nothing they can do, because these women pretend, even if they pretend to be pregnant women, because they're not, the cops, there's nothing they can do. And these people, they get away with murder every day.
I think sometimes people in this country don't understand that crazy woke shit also happens in other countries.
Oh,
I feel like you could do a whole show about crazy woke shit in other countries. Because,
trust me, Italy, France,
England,
England, Germany. I mean, it's like.
I remember reading one about, it was England, and the kids, the ones who are so afraid of everything and need a trigger warning for everything that's going to upset them, they were someplace wouldn't allow clapping anymore for a show because the noise, the kids with the ASMR, where they have to have soothing voices because everything causes anxiety, clapping. So like but what about the performer, and they're just jazz hands, just do this if you liked it. I mean, and you think, this has got to be an Onion story. This can't be real.
I tell you, you should do, I can put you in contact. You can do some stuff in Italy. Stuff happening in Italy is unbelievable. I mean, one of the cases, 3 people from Africa, they broke into a house. They put an older man and the wife, they tied him up in the chair. They beat him up for hours because they were looking for cash and jewelry. The people, they didn't have no cash and no jewelry in the house. So they beat him up because they thought these people had cash and jewelry in the house. So then they start looking from room to room to room in the house if these people have cash and jewelry. And, this couple, they had a Doberman. And the Doberman was in one of the rooms. So when the 3 guys opened the door, the Doberman came out and beat him all 3, right? They ran to the police. And the police went, and you know what they did? They find still the bloody couple, still tied up down to the chair. You know what they did? They arrested the dog.
Well, that's the moral I take from that story. Dobermans are racist.
This is like, this is like.
But again, it's not. We're not objecting to this because they're Africans. We love Africans. We're objecting it because they're robbers.
Exactly.
And of course, if you let too many people in the country with no plan for how they are going to live, of course, some of them are going to turn to crime. They want to eat. They have to, and they want to survive. And of course, look, for eons in this country, that has been a way you advanced. Scarface came over on the Mariel boat lift in 1980 from Cuba. And how did he get ahead? Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah.
You know, and the mafia. You know, I mean, that's how you get ahead when you're an immigrant in this country, and you feel like it's almost your entitlement because the country's treating you so badly. It's like, you know what, then fuck you. I'll get into crime and I'll beat you at your own game, and they often did. The Irish did it too, and the Jews, Bugsy Siegel and you know, Meyer Lansky, and you know, every ethnic group that's treated. I mean, there's mafias of every Mexican mafias, and Chinese.
Excuse me, we invented this.
I'm saying, it's I know. I said the, you know, The Godfather, and I mean, The Godfather is a great movie partly because it's so understandable, especially in Godfather 2. You know,
I mean, I come on here on camera and I talk to you guys weekly about what's going on in Europe. I mean, even the other day, I had a Somalian girl I was speaking to in an interview. If you guys haven't seen the video, I highly suggest you do. It's very eye-opening. And asking her just the most basic question. Hijabi Somalian, hey, do you think that Europe or the UK should be Muslim? She says, well, I can't force them, but I surely hope so. And I was like, would you want to see the whole world become Muslim? She says, yeah, I would. I was like, so why don't you go back to Somalia? She's like, well, I live here. I'm like, yeah, but you don't agree with the way of life. You're trying to change it. And she's like, yeah, but inshallah, God willing, they'll be Muslim. These people are willing into existence a new reality, and they're laughing at you because you're not stopping it. They're laughing at you because people like Fabio will come on Bill Maher's podcast and talk about it, but not actually do anything to change it. I'm going to probably do a reaction to this soon. I was in a comment section today in the morning on Instagram of a video of what Manchester looks like, or Leicester. I can't remember what it was. And it was just like a bunch of Pakistanis and Bangladeshis, basically like an open street market on the street. And it was very, very dirty. And there were even these vans that are popular in developing countries just making the most obnoxious sounds ever. I've experienced them when I lived in Sri Lanka. Like these minibuses to take people from different places. And the comment section was all justifying it. All. Every comment in the comment section was like, this is why you shouldn't have colonized. This is payback for colonization. They said they ruined our countries. Now it's time to ruin theirs. I mean, they're actively talking and laughing about the fact that you're allowing it to happen. If you as a white person try to move to Bangladesh now and buy land, good fucking luck. If you as a random British person or Australian or whatever try to move to a country that was once a colony and want to buy land, good fucking luck. Good luck. You can't do the colonization that your ancestors once did. But why in the world would you allow them to colonize you? Yeah, maybe parts of your ancestors did some really fucked up shit in different places around the world. But why in the world would you allow somebody to come back into your country and ruin it? Where is the logic? Why allow and turn a blind eye to rape gangs? Why? Where's the logic? How does it benefit you and your society? Ladies and gentlemen, I am your favorite white colonizer. Get the merch in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next one. I love you long time. Goodbye, clats.